And for reference, I have somebody who's helping us in the Discord. I have his gear score and everything. He's on console as well, and mine's is 954, 915, 520. I'm going to show his right now. So for reference, I've only been playing this game for not even that long, but we got that high, guys. It's very high to grind, and this game has a very cool mechanic where you can actually copy your gear onto another character. So let's say you wanted to make another character, right? You went through all this shit, you don't want to do it again. Pagatio's watch, you go to 61 and you tag all of your equipment onto your other character and you have another main. And now when it comes to enhancing, right? I'm just trying to give y'all a rundown on why y'all would even grind for things. When it comes to enhancing, as of right now, I have the stuff to do this and it's at 13.5%. But if you fail your enhancement, let's say 10 times, on the 11th time, it's just gonna do it. So some people really go for these fail stacks, you know what I'm saying? Or some people really have the means to increase the chances through all the stuff they've, and now is the best time because they give you a lot of free stuff to be, I guess, get to the gear. That's how I was able to progress so fast, because they throw in this event, this an actual in real life event called the Huddle Ball, where they just show all the patches in the next couple games and they give out all these codes and free stuff to their players. And what that was, so that way y'all don't think I'm lying or anything. All this stuff was coupon rewards and stuff. All this stuff you could just redeem to show our appreciation, extended maintenance compensation. Thank you for, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it's cool. It's very extensive. Yeah, this quest will essentially ask you to do, 315 AP required. So that's what I was doing yesterday. I was increasing my AP enough to even do these things. You know what I'm saying? And that is kind of very important because you probably want to do, and some people are spending like, 50 deaths on these bosses, or maybe just a little bit more time. I actually went in there when I had the requirements and I didn't struggle that one bit. You know what I'm saying? The Gamiho quest is actually like a mechanic in there, you know what I'm saying? And it was tough at first, but I did it on my 4th try and I did it on accident, so it's not really too hard. But that's why we have, they're saying requirement of 315 and we're at 317. So in my position next, man, you already know what's going on, man. We be throwing down in this bitch. I forgot to tell you I'm a fiend. Hit me with a dose of dopamine in my dreams. I'm the type of nigga who be always smoking green, pumping out these fumes like an AI machine. Yeah, I wonder who be pulling all these fucking strings. Alright, man, gang, BDO, YouTube, what's going on, man? It's your boy Iamadd. Holidays, we about to crack this shit open, bro. Now, I know it's been a while, you know what I'm saying, or like what were these BDO videos gonna look like? But this video is specifically for players who want to get in the game through this community, and from people from other games and whatnot. Especially from the DC community, there's a lot of people that's spilling over in the BDO, that's joining the Discord and stuff. And some of y'all have no idea, y'all get lost. I'm as lost as y'all are, but with the help of the Discord and a lot of late night grinding, a lot of late night streams, we all just be in the comms and everyone is ranking up. So I'm going to tell y'all everything to get to the point in which I'm at, so that way hopefully y'all don't get lost. So feel free to always come back to this video, to this guide if not, on how to actually progress in this as like an MMO, So let's get into it, man. Without further ado, the first thing you should know about this game is these things called seasons 1, 2, and 3. Notice how the XP, symbol is going up and it says hyper boost. Right now, there is a special event. Now, when this video is being, I don't know, I want it to age well. But at this point in time, there are these hyper boost servers and Agent has just been released. So it's promoting you to create a new character to level up very significantly fast, right? So let's get into one of the servers. I already have a seasoned character that I'm working on, and I'm gonna spill more information about that when we get to it. So just from doing a couple missions, not even beating the story, I'm already level 47 from these hyper boost servers, right? The main that I'm working on is 61. So you can kind of do the math on how fast, these hyper boost servers are, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to talk about our season character real quick. Let's get into the game. Now, when you create your season character, it's important to note that whatever character you choose is really, it has to really just vibe with you. Don't go for meta, don't go for it, just have fun. This game is way too big for you to be worrying about one little thing, right? Now, this is where I'm at in the season, like main character quest. So don't even worry about what you see on my screen. I'm just going to show y'all a couple things. Now, as a season character, your goal is this. See this little checklist? Very easy to understand. You want to get all the way to the end where it says Fugar awaits. I know my screen is a little boom. When it says talk to Fugar, that will graduate your character to get out of the season server to make a new season character. And essentially, your character now will be graduated to go to any other server. So they're not just locked into the season server, so you can just have one at a time. That's how much benefit you get. Now let's look at what it's actually saying. Right now it says reach level 45, reach level 49, reach level 50, reach level 51. Very easy. Just reach those levels, and guys, it's like all you gotta do is play. The XP they give you in these servers is outstanding. Even if there wasn't a hyper boost, like I got my Seraph to level, really 61 without the hyper boost. So the hyper boost is just really a benefit. In my mind, I was always telling myself I gotta make a hyper boost character to take advantage. But I was so focused on that, I didn't know, or I knew and I forgot that something called the Pagathio's Watch can turn your character and just go straight to 61. I just skip all this shit, so I should have done that, but I didn't. Sucks. Sucks. We're too addicted to the grind. But by following this, you follow all these things, which is really just reach level this, reach level that, awakening quest line, something they already give you. All this is the easy part. So if you get in the BDO, this should be the first thing you do is follow this quest log. You know what I'm saying? And get all the way to the end. Now, when you graduate, I'm gonna switch over to my main real quick. When you graduate, and this is cool. You can just switch like this. You see, this character used to be a seasoned character. Now I can just put her into any server I want because we graduate. Let's go to the main real quick. All right. So we're on my main. We're on Seraph now. Now I chose Seraph because she has that light and dark aspect to her, just like how I play Celestial in DC. You know what I'm saying? Now, the main thing whenever you go to graduate, I know it can be kind of crazy, kind of hectic or whatnot. It's like you're in the big world now, The main thing you want to start doing, or is it, I should be over here, is the I can never say this word, Olivia Academy. And in your map, and I'm showing the map for reference, is right here. And you will get a quest to start doing this. So the main thing you want to do when you go to the Olivia Academy. Now, the Olivia Academy will essentially teach you the basics of the game in a way. I've already done the combat, and by doing the combat, you get all of these free rewards. Now, these rewards will give you things like, like you're something called a Black Star. A Black Star is a weapon. It's one of the most recent weapons that this new update just pushed it to Sovereign, but I'm gonna show y'all what to do with that type of stuff. But you'll get all of this stuff, and all this, and this game is geared towards enhancement. I don't know what game y'all came from, but y'all, this game is all about enhancement. Right now, I have, no, I'm probably gonna say that later, because I want to keep y'all at the same base level where I am right now. But anyway, when you complete all these things, you'll get all these rewards, and all these rewards will help you enhance your gear. All right. Now, after this, you could either do your life skill stuff. You have to do this and do all of them, get the rewards and stuff like that. But what's very important, make sure you complete this. I didn't complete it yet. This is one of the next things on my to-do list. In most MMOs, you need something to grind towards, right? That's why I play MMOs, because like the grind is extensive, and sometimes I'm listening to music while grinding or whatnot. I'm chilling, so it sucks not knowing what not to do in this game. So do your life skill over your academy. You know what I'm saying? Get both of these out the way. This is the last one you got to do. And essentially, real quick, let's talk about it. The life skills on console is bad. Nobody does them. Everyone PvPs. And essentially, if you figure it out and get into it, you can affect the central market. You can really put in work on that central market, and the central market is how you make money. So if you came from DC and the broker and stuff, it's kind of like the same thing, you know. And real quick, just to show y'all how that works. For example, all night last night I was, you know, enhancing gear, and these these primordial crystals I was buying up. You go to purchase, you look at you see, I like how they have like the graph and stuff to show, you know what I'm saying, what it was like, you know. But just know that the players move the market in this game. Everything in this game is farmed by this game's entire like engine is funded by the players. But if you wanted to find out what you wanted, when it says sellers, there's a total of 109 people selling this at 140K, which is great because I was buying them at 160K last night. That is absolutely crazy. But you know, 10 people want 124,000. Yeah, 124 mil, 32, and someone has to put that amount and give them, you know, and give them that bread. Now, in store right now is 109. So, you know, right now I started out with 8 billion silver, but right now we have 4 billion, and you can actually put money into your warehouse and buy stuff from the broker. It's kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? It's really cool. You know, if y'all want, you know, the more I learn things, the more it's easier for me to talk to y'all about it. So, you know, it was cool. Last night was like the first night I was able to like not hold no one's hand really, and really like get into these enhancements myself. Let's talk about these enhancements. At the top right of my screen, and for reference, I have somebody who's helping us in the Discord. I have his gear score and everything. He's on console as well, you know, and mine is 954, 915, 520. I'm going to show his right now. So for reference, I've only been playing this game for not even that long, but we got that high, guys. It's very high to grind, and this game has a very cool mechanic where you can actually copy your gear onto another character. So let's say you wanted to make another character, right? You went through all this shit, you don't want to do it again. Pagatio's watch, you go to 61, and you tag all of your equipment onto your other character, and you have another main. You know what I mean? So this one I want to use for like PvE and life skilling, and my other Deadeye I want to use for PvP. Kind of simple, kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to enhancing, right? I'm just trying to give y'all a rundown on why y'all would even grind for things. You know, when it comes to enhancing, as of right now, I have the stuff to do this, and it's at 13.5%. But if you fail your enhancement, let's say 10 times, on the 11th time, it's just gonna do it. So some people really go for these fail stacks, you know what I'm saying? Or some people really have the means to increase the chances through all the stuff they've, you know, and now's the best time because they give you a lot of free stuff to be, you know, I guess get to the gear. That's how I was able to progress so fast, because they throw in this event, an actual in real life event called the Huddle Ball, where they just show all the patches in the next couple games, and they give out all these codes and free stuff to their players. And what that was, so that way y'all don't think I'm lying or anything. All this stuff was coupon rewards and stuff. All this stuff you could just redeem to show our appreciation, extended maintenance compensation. Thank you for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it's cool. It's very extensive. You know what I'm saying? But that's what essentially you're doing. You are farming black stars. And right now I have a quest in hand in which if I complete it, it will actually give me a black star weapon, right? Now, I have a clip on what happens when you fuse 2 pin 5 black stars, which is what you use to create sovereigns.
Can't wait to see her weapons because I haven't seen them yet.
Bro, this shit crazy, bro. It's like doing all this. Now I know how to do it. Like when I make this new character, like you know what I'm saying?
Yep,
The process,
gonna
bro.
be way easier.
I feel
Not
more
only
grounded.
that, you honestly, the next character you make, you won't even have to do it because you're just gonna copy. You're gonna copy Seraph's gear and put it on the next character. You won't
Yeah,
even need to grind nothing but the awakening quest.
that shit fire. Wow, here we are.
There you go.
This game
Now
lit
let's
as
see what
fuck.
them weapons looking like.
It's the flying in the air for me.
Yeah, that's crazy. And she don't even show her wings every time. Hmm.
Oh, that's it.
Now we haven't got it to try 3 yet.
Oh, we got.
Once we upgrade to try 3, it'll start glowing.
You see, so this right here is and I can choose a weapon box, and I need a sub weapon box because right now I have 2 sovereigns. That's what this one is. That's what that is, and this is a black star. I need another one of these to make these sovereigns, you know what I'm saying, at pin 5. And so it's easy to do. There's two ways for me to do it personally. I can either go to 61 on my Deadeye and they'll give me a free one, or I could get a piece of gear to deck, which is 10. Like this one is 6. I can get that to 10 and hand it in to somebody, and that's the quest I'm doing. They'll give me one. So I'm kind of trying to do both right now. It wouldn't hurt to have both, but you know, all this would have been avoided if I would use my watch on my Deadeye to get her to 61. You know what I mean? So now, and because you can't use your watch after level 25. Which is, you know, I was just moving way too fast, leveling up. I was leveling up way too fast to even notice I could do that. And that's some hyper boost servers. Now, that's that. That's like the main gist of what you're doing to upgrade your weapons, like your attack. There's things in here called AP and DP. Your AP, they take the highest one, so 954, and your DP is 520. You know, so certain classes have more, you know, tanky attributes. Some classes have more damage attributes, and you're essentially, if you can focus on these two numbers to in whatever region you're in or PvP situation, you essentially win. This matters a lot. You know, there's stuff in the game that's called crystals and stuff you can put into your gear, which is what I'm currently, you know, going after as well. Crystals will kind of make you help you build your build in a way that you want. Now I heard on PlayStation we're spoiled. When you die in PC, your crystals actually get destroyed. When you die on PlayStation, they don't get destroyed. And some people say that, you know, that's like completely spoiling us, but hey, that's the benefit of being on console, I guess, you know what I'm saying? So those crystals can make you, like, you know, have a lot of life still, do more damage, more defense, whatever you want, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to a lot of PvP in this game, it's gonna matter, you know what I'm saying? And it's cool because the Discord server has their own, like, we have our own vibe, and then we work fast, y'all. There's no way that y'all should have been able to do all this. Now, to do all this, to even get all this gear in the middle, Fallen God armor. We just had somebody in stream yesterday in Discord, and they saw me grinding this on stream. They was like, "How do you get Fallen God?" I'm going to help y'all with that, and I did the quest. Hopefully, the quest pulls up. That's something I completed. These quests, if you finish your OV Academy, and you will run into this guy, and it will be called a Leuston support. You will see this in your actual quest journal. So if you've gotten to level 61, you're on the main server, right? You did your OV Academy, you know, just the combat one. So I was able to do this. And what this is that he'll give you these accessories for free if you trade in sharp black crystal shards. Now, by doing your OV Academy, you will be able to go to currency exchange. Oh no, manage currency. I'm sorry. Slipping my fingers. You're able to go to manage currency. You'll be able to go to the Olivia. You'll be able to exchange. Where is it at? I already exchanged all of them. But essentially, you get 50. You know what I'm saying, for 10 coins, and I have 315 coins. So it's so easy to change in those accessories and get those pin 5 accessories, which is what I got right here. And if you look at the stats on them, 21 attack, 17 attack, this all is going towards AP and stuff. This will do more damage. Now this stuff is where we get all the defense. So let's talk about that. All right. So and do that for all of these. You know what I'm saying? This will get your accessories right up to date. You know what I'm saying? The Calamities is where we're gonna get our actual DP armor. So the Fallen God. Someone asked, how do you get Fallen God armor? You know what I'm saying? Now one thing about the Calamities, we actually have to talk about the Land of the Morning Light. So we just went over the whole accessories. Now let's talk about getting our DP gear, you know, gear that's going to affect our defense. And in order to get this gear, the first thing you have to complete is one of their new expansions called Land of the Morning Light. And that is what this is. All this stuff. It says Tale of the, you know what I'm saying? You have to complete. Now, most of these are just talking to people, right? And then a little bit of fighting, a little bit of whatever. So when you see all of this stuff, don't think of like a major quest line. The whole quest line of this is actually, it's 25 quests in this one quest line, then you go on to the next. 27 in here, 26 in here, 27 in there. Sometimes you'll get one with 9, 18, you know what I'm saying? So I roughly did this in like a day and a half or a day and a quarter. You know, to be honest, I mean, there was one day where I would just playing a whole bunch of podcasts, whatnot, and just going through this. And I actually posted a lot of those shorts. So if anyone's seen any shorts on here, and it's of me just reacting to stuff on YouTube, I was actually doing my morning light quest on here, and I actually got it done. Now, when you do all of these morning light quests, you will get something called the Black Shrine, and basically you're able to up the difficulty of these right here. And I just did Calamity 8 and Calamity 9 yesterday. So that's why you see these burnt. But when you up the difficulty, it's going to be significantly harder. And you see where it says required AP. If you play DC, you know how you can't do stuff at a certain CR. That's what this is like, so for my DC community. But it says at least 305 and I need 316. Now this quest will ask you to essentially, hold on, let me go to it. Yeah, this quest will essentially ask you to do, 315 AP required. So that's what I was doing yesterday. I was increasing my AP enough to even do these things. You know what I'm saying? And that is kind of very important because you probably want to do, and some people are spending like, 50 deaths on these bosses, or maybe just a little bit more time. I actually went in there when I had the requirements and I didn't struggle on that one bit. You know what I'm saying? The Gamiho quest, there's actually like a mechanic in there, you know what I'm saying? And it was tough at first, but I did it on my 4th try and I did it on accident, so it's not really too hard. But that's why we have, they're saying requirement of 315 and we're at 317. So in my position next is to farm crystals, do my life skill Olivia Academy, and get that extra black star weapon to make a sovereign out of this. And we're going to get into enhancing these things, but in order for me to really be adequate in enhancing, I need to start making money. I used to play this game in college, so I had like a lot of money. I know my camera's here. So we're at 4 billion, and I started this playthrough with 11 billion. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's been very helpful for me getting this far, but y'all know me. Like I love the broker system in a lot of MMOs, so I'm definitely going to if it means doing life skills, you know what I'm saying, and understanding this game in a different like way, then that's what we're gonna do. There's also things where you can like hire workers to work for you across the entire like city. I mean the world of Black Desert or whatnot. So like legit workers, like legit, like giving them a home, feeding them and stuff like that. There's all that stuff. But I think personally, I am getting done, I guess, the most hardest part to understand, which is gearing up. I'm starting to understand the method of enhancing and everything. I'm trying to see if I left anything out because I was thinking about how I was gonna do this for a while. No, that's it. Yeah. Yeah. So if you're in this position, all right, big recap. Recap. Season character. Pick your season character. Do extensive research. Go on YouTube. See what type of moves you would like to do. Something you can identify as. When you're done with your season character, graduate that character. Go to the OV Academy. Combat. I mean, I did combat first. If you want to knock them both out while you're there, you have every luxury to do that. You wouldn't have to be like me in this late position where I have to go back and do the life skills. So if you want to do that, boom. Right. After that, this is when we're going to do Land of the Morning Light. I think this is the most important thing to do, even before you get your accessories. Well, now I would say the accessories did kind of help me. So let's get the accessories from Alustin first. If you don't know where Alustin is or anything like that, it's very easy to find him. Just look for the quest line or go on YouTube and type in Alustin accessories exchange, and you should see it. After you get those accessories, then you go to the Land of the Morning Light. Do that entire quest line, right? And then increase your enhancements through AP and essentially do the calamities and get your fallen god armor. Now this is very quick. This isn't like something where you have to like go through any sort of huge paywall. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really like I don't think I spent money on in this game was like one of the sales that was going on to get like a whole bunch of pearls. And I bought things I wanted to see like costumes and outfits. But when it comes to maids and all that other stuff, they've been the whole Discord been putting me on what to get. So I didn't use, although I'm not using extra cool stuff in the game, I was spent money on things like weight, inventory space, stuff of that nature or whatnot. But if anyone is still confused and you kind of like what you see and you kind of see the progression path, I urge you to join the Discord. If you've never heard of us, the Mad Community, if you're new here or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? I'm posting a lot of MMO content. I've really been playing MMOs my whole life. Biggest one being DC for 13 years, but they got some shit going on, bro. I'm not gonna lie, you know, until they turn that game back on track, bro. It's my journey has led me here. I'm enjoying it. The main goal of all of this is PvP in here and essentially getting a PC. And then I just want to learn BDO on console, and then we're gonna go to the, you know, bigger pond, if that makes sense. But yo, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If y'all got any extensive questions, don't be afraid to hit the comments. You know what I'm saying? This is coming from a new player in-game experience. This game can be very overwhelming, you know what I'm saying? And if you don't know, you know, trust me, I had someone holding my hand, you know what I'm saying? But last night was like the first time I felt like I didn't really need someone to hold my hand when it came to central market, when it came to processing and making stuff to make enhancements and stuff. I kind of get the idea of the game now, you know what I'm saying? So I heard they just made a guild, you know what I'm saying? And being in a guild has a lot of benefits. So if you really want to be very close and tight knit into just learning this game and branching off and doing your own thing, then join the Discord, man. You know what I'm saying? But yo, Iamadd Holidays out. I'm gonna do my best to edit this and to make it, you know, make a lot of sense to y'all with a lot of references and everything. But yo, be easy. Iamadd Holidays out, bro. Peace.
Iamadd makes hits. Go stream his music.